Now that the race is winding down, we thought we'd take a look back at some of the fashion trends set on the campaign trail. We are joined by Early Show contributor Laura Schwartz. Laura, good morning.
Good morning. Who knew there would be so much fashion in this campaign, Julie?
I know, starting all the way, let's rewind the clock to the primary season and the traveling pantsuit. Hillary Clinton and all her different colored pantsuits.
Well, you know, she really brought that pantsuit out in her 2001 election for the Senate. But then those were the black pantsuits with little colored shirts underneath. This year, it was all kinds of different colors. When you think about it, this was such a long campaign. She went from winter to fall to summer to spring. She did all the seasons. You see her wearing much brighter colors, but when you're on your feet 18 hours a day, this was really functional for her, and she looked good.
Who else looked good on the campaign trail was Michelle Obama.
She did a lot.
They were comparing her to
Jackie O.
Kennedy.
She's had a big influence in fashion. This dress that she wore in The View when she co-hosted from White House Black Market, $148. This one from J. Crew with the pendant. She really brought this Jackie O style back. She could wear the long shift dresses. She's long and lean, just like Jackie O was. And she really kind of brought that Camelot back. But what we saw there, those pendants, she really wanted to make those clothing designs something of her own. So she added her own accessories, which is something she has in common with Cindy McCain.
But Cindy McCain's brooches are like
these are by, it's really neat. They're a little more glitzy, definitely. They're from a designer named Anne Hand. She does a lot of patriotic jewelry in Washington. She, all the time you see her in the McCain 2008 pin or the USMC Navy pin that she proudly displays. And let's face it, this woman's classic couture. She's always looking great, even on crutches. She's in couture and looks fabulous. She went to an IndyCar race this summer, and here we see her in the most awesome jean outfit. So it really shows you that this woman is dressed at all times.
Very expensive, though.
Very expensive, but you know, you can adapt some of the looks, that real tailored look that she's into. You know, you can adapt maybe from a TJ Maxx or a Macy's or a Nordstrom's.
Okay, we have to talk about the guys. Let's start with John McCain.
Well, when he came onto the scene announcing his candidacy, he was in a blue sweater. Very basic blue sweater. He got a little flack for that. So he started wearing his suits again, and then he was caught wearing the Ferragamo $520 shoes. So there was quite a lot of flack for that, especially when he was next to the Dalai Lama, who was wearing sandals. But he was seen often in those shoes, so you got to say he got a lot of wear out of it. He takes every moment he can to wear his Navy hat when he's out in the more casual events, and he's really come full circle in these last few days. The rallies, it's very casual for him.
All right, Barack Obama has talked about how he buys basically, you know, 4 of the same suits.
Yep, he's got 6 suits right now, and they're by Hartmats. It's a Chicago union label designer. They've been around for over 121 years. You buy it off the rack for $1,500. It's a single-breasted 2-button wool suit, and he's got the shirt, the jacket on, jacket off. He kind of changes it up on the trail, but he's also gotten a lot of notice for his shoes, or lack of.
Well, the wear and tear. He owns how many pairs?
He owns 4 pairs of shoes he repeatedly wears over and over, and his wife Michelle constantly makes fun of him for it. There's a great new picture in the Time Life book that came out on his candidacy. He's sitting back, feet up on the desk. You can see holes worn in the bottom of his shoes, so I think that says a lot about his campaign, perhaps.
Oh yeah, he was huffing it. All right, and finally we have to talk about Sarah Palin.
Yes.
And her $150,000 wardrobe on the campaign trail.
That's it. She burst onto the scene. Everybody was talking about those Kawasaki glasses. They flew off the shelves in eye dealers all around the country. But then, when the revelation came for the $150,000 wardrobe, it really went the other way. A lot of scrutiny. But you know, she really has brought that skirt suit into fashion, because that is her uniform. Just Hillary to pants. We ended with Sarah Palin and skirt suits.
Well, could she have gotten away with going on the campaign trail with what she already had in her wardrobe? She talked about she likes shopping at a vintage shop.
Yes.
And she showed up wearing one of the pink jackets, which looked lovely.
And you know, when I was at the RNC, I really thought that she would just continue on that trend, because the McCain's campaign is about what you see is what you get. And then when all of a sudden, well, now this is Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue, it was a tough storyline for them for a few weeks.
Wow. Laura Schwartz, thanks so much. Everyone looked great.